Yo, how long it has been? Welcome back to our channel, and today we're gonna have a fresh new grime. From the first shot, catch with a really unusual word. One should hardly expect an understandable story if it begins with two giant stone bodies rotating in the void of space. When their lips particularly touch, the main character is born into a flash, a small black hole. She falls into a cave attracting nearby stones and sand, from which the protagonist's body is formed. Imagine if the work of Salvador Dali were used for something more modern and massive, for example decorating a cinema, and the text Boris Vian from the Form of the Days for advertising brochures and the signs. Both are forms of surrealist. So in Grime, the semi-familiar soul-like Metrovodia was placed in a surreal world, where stone heads and faces are all around, where a huge statue can suddenly fall from the sky and then will jump on its hands, where you even have to fight with your heads and the pitchers can push you away with their hands. I would like to say by the end this phantasmagoria will make sense, but no. The interpretation remains with the player. What was the metaphor for a spark of love that generates a storm of emotion that destroys the familiar world? Or is a parable about the urge to self-destruction? Or maybe the next version of Damn theme. One day everything will be crumbled to dust. There are a few of ideas running through my head during the end of the credit. History is a puzzle, without a solution. In the same Dark Souls as in from other software creation, the world itself was mysterious, but at the same time the plot goals were always clearly indicated. In Grime, it's unclear what to strive for both the protagonist and the player. This is definitely a problem, although it does not prevent you from enjoying the unusual surroundings and absorbing the atmosphere of the sacrament. Cloverbyte approached the construction of the world with imagination. For those rare facts that the game nevertheless uters, it becomes clear that a certain breath once brought to life the barrel's lands. Its echoes are still scattered in different parts of the valley and endow the forms with the consciousness. These animated creatures of stone and mud are divided into castes. The better the body, the higher the position in society. For example, all sorts of disappointingly built dwarfs admire the athletic build of the protagonist and then addresses him to the spirit of exclusively honed. Absorbing attacks is basically done in the same way as a parry in other game. Here, however, you use your head to start off the damage, and you also suck in when they're attacking you. This is not only destroys the enemy, but also helps unlock the new powers and changes your breath. Everything is in the game, despite a preacher has breath. And while the form is different for all of them, for you, it helps you to heal yourself. Thankfully, you do eventually find a weapon as well. It's a bit like an axe, but the blade is made up of fingers that extend when using a heavy attack. Most of the weapons are this style grotesque, with one even being a mace that basically screams you when you use it. You can dodge too, and you need to use all of your skills to survive against basically everything in the game that wants you dead. It's not just the combat, which is responsive, widely, and disgustingly delightful, but the exploration and movement too. As you unlock the new abilities, the world opens in way wider and you find yourself pulled on by new mysterious and curiosities at every turn. Every unturned stone should be investigated, and the treasures hide everywhere. At no point did I feel as true the Grime had anything but the utmost respect for both of my ability, my time, and nothing makes me happier when it came the case. I am in love with this tortured world. I'm certain that everything here hates me, but I wouldn't change it for a second. Grime does an incredible job of making the uncomfortable feel right and the wrong feel uncomfortable, and it's nearly impossible to put down. Grime is expected crafted 2D action adventure game that combines satisfying combat, tight platforming, and rewarding progression to earn its place as one of the most enjoyable titles I ever played this year. It's also got some brutally tough, memorable bosses that will truly test everything you got. If you are a fan of the challenge and aren't too fussed about the story, you have an incredible time with Grime. Yo, that's all for today. The link's in the description, you know where to buy it. Thank you for watching this show. Peace. Bye.